I am Neo Starling. And if you weren't sure before, now you are.
Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the WWE Post Recap Survivor Series show. I am your host, Neo Starling, and I kind of just want to go on and let you guys know what happened here tonight. Damn. Tonight was definitely a interesting night, per se, because as you all will know, Seth Rollins, he was injured, and due to his injury, he was not able to compete. He is out for 6 to 9 months with a bad knee, and as a result, WWE kind of had to, put this show together out of nowhere. They had to change everything, all the storylines that they had going on. Everything minus, certain things like maybe what were going on the women's side didn't really get affected. But with that said, we did get some interesting matches throughout the last course of the last few weeks, and now I'm here with the recap show, and I kind of just want to let you guys know what happened here. So, let's get started. We had our kickoff show, which was Neville, the Dudleys, and Titus O'Neil with the return of Goldust. Yes, Goldust is back. That was a pretty awesome moment. He got a really good standing ovation from the crowd. Their opponents were, of course, Stardust, his brother, Bo Dallas, The Ascension, and, of course, The Miz. Now, you guys pretty much know how this went down. It was Team Good Guy here. They're the ones that gained the victory here. It was alright. It was pretty short, given the fact that it was a kickoff show, even though it was done Survival Series traditional format where they were doing eliminations. It couldn't be that long due to the nature of its placement on the card. But yeah, the good guys do take the victory on this one. Whatever. What can you say, right? I'm really glad Goldust is back, though. That's pretty awesome. I wonder if him and Stardust are now going to start their feud. Looks like that might just happen. I wouldn't mind this. I'd like to see that WrestleMania match with those two. I think it'd be a really good idea for them to do something like that. Moving on to the main card. The first match of the night was Alberto Del Rio versus Roman Reigns for the qualifying match in the tournament to see who was going to be WWE champion. Of course, we all knew Roman was going to win this. You didn't really think Del Rio was going to win, did you? Did you? And if you did, well, he didn't. Del Rio was looking jacked. This dude's gains are serious right now. I want to know who's training him or what training regimen he's going through that made him look as cut up as he has at this point. Good for him, It was a pretty decent match, it was a good opener. I wouldn't say it was main event quality, but you could have had that match on a SmackDown or a Raw. That would have been good. But Roman Reigns, of course, wins this match. Moving on, we had Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens for the qualifier as well to see who would be the new WWE champion. Now, this was probably one of the best matches of the night. Kevin Owens, that guy's phenomenal, man. He's really amazing. I hope sooner or later WWE can get past his physique. And, that's kind of the deal nowadays. It's like you have to have the look. And if you don't have the look, they don't really want to do much for you. Even though he is a tremendous athlete in his own right, that guy is like almost the complete total package. He has the mic work. He has the in-ring ability. He just needs the physique. And, let's see whether or not that happens or not. I really do enjoy watching him compete. Him and Dean, like I said, had a great match. Of course, Dean Ambrose won this match because, you have to have the best friends face off at the end of the show. They also did a really good job of putting those two matches first to kind of give the two people that were going to fight last some good breathing room because, to have matches of that caliber and then just throw them into another match right away. It was really good that they didn't kind of space them out in between the shows and just got them out of the way right away. I thought that was really smart. But yeah, Dean Ambrose beats Owens. Owens lose, apparently, right? Let's see. Maybe those two will have a feud later on down the road. Next, we had a traditional tag team Survivor Series elimination match. I didn't even know this match was happening, honestly. I completely forgot. It was the Usos, the Lucha Dragons, Ryback versus the New Day, King Barrett, and Sheamus. Xavier Woods was rocking a pretty interesting hairstyle. I thought it was great. I tried taking a photo and posting it on Twitter, but my feed was horrible because for the majority of the pay-per-view, it was really bad. WWE Network, they have to kind of step it up when it comes to their streaming service. We are paying $9.99 after all, so I mean, I'm not one to complain. At least I'm not paying $60 for a pay-per-view, right? And if this was your first month subscribing, then, you got this pay-per-view for free. Or network special, because we can't really call them pay-per-views anymore. So yeah, I was surprised. It ended up being Jey Uso, Kalisto, and Ryback. They were the sole survivors. You can't really say sole because there was more than one, but those three did survive. They ended up defeating the heels, and absolutely nothing got accomplished after that. Moving on, we had Paige versus Charlotte. Now this match, I have to say, was pretty damn good as far as Diva standards go. It was pretty long. I'd say it was about 15, maybe even close to 20 minutes long. There was a lot of back and forth action. There was a lot of heat, especially because of Paige's words on Monday after her promo stating that, Charlotte's real life tragedy with her brother Reed. That I really feel like that shouldn't have even been mentioned. It wasn't necessary. I know you guys want WWE to be more cutting edge, kind of like they were during the Attitude Era, but stuff like this is just done in poor taste. You don't, if you can create good story, you don't need to bring things like that into the equation. I don't think that serves a purpose. I didn't really like it, but outside of that, these two women, they fought their hearts out. It was pretty brutal for Diva standards as well. These ladies took some serious bumps. Of course, Charlotte won because, Paige was just somebody that they're using. They used her to kind of build up her next opponent, who will probably be Sasha Banks. But they might make her fight Becky first. That's just my guess. But Sasha Banks is the goal. And I think Sasha Banks is going to be the one that ends up taking the belt from her. That's just my say, at least. Anyway, moving forward, we had Undertaker and Kane versus Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. I'm really glad that Bray decided to take matters into his own hands and not just have like one of the other Wyatt family members fight in this match. I didn't like the way they played Rowan in the beginning, but I guess that was also kind of to build them up and show like how powerful they are, and that even though you stole their powers, they're still a force to be reckoned with. It was a match. It was a match. It was decent. I don't think anything too incredible happened in this match. Undertaker and Kane, though, they had an awesome entrance. Like, together, those dudes, forget it, man. The pyrotechnics, the mist, the blue lighting, everything. It was just done really well. Very long, also. That entrance was super long, but it's to be expected. It was the Undertaker's 25th year anniversary, so you knew they were going to do something like that. Anyway, of course, Kane and Undertaker won this match. I really was hoping that, Kane and Undertaker would stare at the lights for Wyatt to kind of build him up as like this new face of fear. I'm kind of scared what's going on with the Bray Wyatt character. I'm seriously starting to feel that if something doesn't happen soon, Bray Wyatt might fade into obscurity. And it really sucks because he's obviously one of my favorite wrestlers. After all, my intro's kind of built, through inspiration from him. But maybe they'll get a feud that they utterly completely dominate. Hopefully, at least I certainly hope so. Still, it was nice seeing Undertaker and Kane team up one last time. As JBL said, "You may never get to see this again." That was a horrible JBL impression, but you get what I mean. So good for them. Undertaker and Kane gained this victory. Next match was our main event of the evening. It was Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns to see who would become the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. This match was pretty good. It had a good little build, and they ended up going back and forth. They were hitting each other with some soup bones, like they were going kind of hard. And it's like me and Vegapedia, a little shout out to Vegapedia, had spoken about previously how it's about who wants it more, right? Because these two guys came up together and they're young, they're hungry, and they want to be the guy. They want to be the ones. So they're going to put their bodies on the line and they're going to do whatever it takes in order to succeed. So good for them on having a pretty good match. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Dean Ambrose unfortunately came up short, and Roman Reigns ended up gaining the victory and becoming the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So confetti falls down. Roman Reigns is celebrating. He's crying. He's hugging the title, as he should, right? Because he won. Why wouldn't he hug it? So he does that, and of course Triple H comes out. His music plays. He tries to shake Roman Reigns' hand, and Roman Reigns is like, I ain't shaking your hand, dude. After all, you've been putting me through hell all this time. So he ends up spearing Triple H, and we're like, wow, okay, so maybe that's gonna be the next match. Maybe they're gonna fight each other. Maybe Triple H is gonna put over Roman Reigns in a future event. But instead, the completely unexpected happened. Sheamus came out, bro kicks Roman Reigns, and uses his Money in the Bank briefcase. So this now became a match. After Roman Reigns fought twice, this became a match. And Roman Reigns kicks out of it. Crowd goes wild. They're like, oh my God, this is crazy. He kicked out. Is he going to have a chance? Roman Reigns goes for a spear. He misses, and he catches another bro kick to the face. He took it to the face. So now, Sheamus. In 2015, Sheamus, with the Hawk, is your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He embraces Triple H. They give each other a little handshake. Guys leave the ring, leaving Roman Reigns with his confetti covering his body. And that was it. I did not expect that to happen. Yeah, they show a close-up of Roman Reigns regaining consciousness. And he's just like, no, not like this. He has this look of complete despair and defeat. Like, after everything he went through, he just came up short once again. He became champion for a brief moment. Kind of a la Daniel Bryan, right? I mean, but I guess that's the whole point of the briefcase, right? Like, you're supposed to catch it in at an unexpected moment and become champion. So, that's what ended up happening, and that's how the show ended. My thoughts, I'd give it a 3.5 maybe. Oh my God, I completely forgot, guys. Tyler Breeze and Dolph Ziggler also had a match. It was a decent match. Tyler Breeze ends up winning on his debut pay-per-view against Dolph Ziggler. It was kind of weird seeing the two fight. It was kind of like a mirror image because they're so similar in style and so similar in appearance. But I'm glad they gave Breeze the victory. He beats him with the Unprettier instead of using, the beauty shot, which I would have liked to have seen. But still, Unprettier is just as good, I guess. Sorry, I forgot about that match, guys. It's completely just flew over my head. But yeah, anyway. This pay-per-view, I'd give it a 3.5, maybe a 4, because the wrestling was pretty good, and given the fact that the creative team had to come up with this seemingly out of nowhere, I think they did a pretty decent job. So that pretty much wraps up my thoughts. If you guys would like to comment and open up a thread here and see if we can get a conversation going, I'd like for you to do that. Hit like, share this video with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't, of course. I am, of course, your host, Neo Starling, and if you weren't sure before,
now you are.